Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass, a showcase of homegrown talent, mixing independent music with personal interviews and a behind-the-scenes look at our music community. Backstage Hall Pass is your front row center seat to some great conversation with the area's most talented artists. Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
Well, hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome one and all to our Monday edition of Backstage Hall Pass. It is our weekend update. Tim Schaefer, I see you popping in. Mrs. Hall Around Town is here as well. How are you? Good to see you. And Tim saying, hey, how you doing, Tim? Good to see you today. Welcome to the program, guys. We are here, and we're having some fun. We had a great weekend of music, huge weekend of music this past weekend, and we'll get that started in just a little bit. Many people out there wrote into the show today. Tons of people. In fact, I'm going to pull a few of them up here if we can while we're talking and see what I can do. Having a little second monitor difficulty today, which is not abnormal because I tore the studio down to do some live remotes. And, I just don't have a double studio. So we got to take it with us sometimes, some of it. And when it comes back in, it tends to be a little temperamental. So there you have it. Let me get out of this, though. We don't need to see that anymore. There we go. All right. So how is everybody today? You guys doing all right out there? Checking in with us. I see, gosh, we got all kinds of people coming on today. I hope you're seeing us all right. I'm not seeing us. I'm seeing black screen, but that's just the way it works. That's just the way it works. All right. Hi, Dewey. How are you? Snowy Columbus up there. Is it snowy where you are? Good to see you. David Thornton in the house. David, thank you for that great picture that was taken there of one of our T-shirts in the background, and you playing at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. That was cool. I love it. Love it. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm getting to everybody here before we get started. We've got a weekend of music to talk about, and some of yours also that you guys were a part of. Hello, Marie. Thank you for dropping by. Yeah, so what's shaking, people? Everybody doing all right? Now that my other monitor's gone down, I got to kind of punt here. So we are, but we'll get there. We will get there today. Ryan Schwab in the house. Josh Morgan, how are you, buddy? Been staying busy, I bet. And Gary says, "Who day? Yes, what a Bengals win. Amazing." Could you guys believe those games over the weekend? I mean, I posted on my personal page. You couldn't have written a movie script that good. That was some of the best football I've ever watched. And, for a long time, I was kind of disenchanted with the NFL. All the drama going on and all the politics playing into it. And I came back this year because our Bengals were doing so well. And I'm glad I did. Glad I did. Tim, it has been a while. How you been, man? You counting the days? I know you are. Glenn checking in on the YouTube channel. How you doing, Glenn? Thank you for being here. Corky in the house. How are you? From the Standard Country Time Band. Had an interview with them last week. Had a great time on Wednesday with the band. Michelle says she sees me. Thank you, Michelle. I don't know if that's good or bad, but at least you're taking a peek at me there. I've got a face for radio, they tell me. They do. Heather Armstrong, how are you? Thank you. Heather Armstrong Vince, as she's called here. Hi, Rachel. Thank you for being with us. Hi, Bill. Julie Rossello, she says, great weekend of football. Of course it was for you, Julie. She's a huge Bengals fan. I think they've had season tickets for years and years and years. Yeah, we had like 34 people write in today about who they saw, so I want to touch base on some of that. Hey, Melissa Wheeler, how you doing? Happy birthday to you, by the way. Is it your birthday? Isn't it your birthday, or was it your birthday recently? I think. I saw that on the Book of Face. You never know, though. Is it fake news or is it real news? Who knows what it is? Well, welcome to the program, guys. This is the 24th of January, 2022. And we had a great weekend of amazing football. And it was wild because I had plans to go see the Eagles project, which we'll talk about on Saturday. And we watched the first half of the game at home and then buzzed to Harrison as fast as we could get there and watched the remainder of the game and got to see the end with, 400 of our best friends. It was so much fun and everybody erupted at the end. I'm sure every night spot or sports bar across the tri-state went crazy when that happened. And for those of you at home, I'm sure you were screaming at the TV, wondering if they were going to do it or not. Yes. Let's see what we got here. Jimmy Kilroy, how you doing? Good to see you. Corky says, I'm looking good. No, I'm not looking good. Got a nice reflection in my glasses. That's cool. The screen is like doing its thing to me today. It's dark in here. It's dark outside. That's why. And yes, the art of Devin Douglas. Yes, our friend Devin put that T-shirt in the foreground there with David Thornton. That was cool. Good advertising for all around town as well, and for supporting local music, which is what we do here. Tim Schaefer said, awesome games. Yes. Jamie Minnick, how are you? Rob Paisley in the house. Here's Glenn's stuff. He was at the Bell and the Bear Thursday, Miami Valley Gaming with the Turned Up Band, and Saturday he was with me. Well, I was with him, actually. That's how we need to put that. Thanks for the great table, Glenn. Wonderful stuff. It was. Steve Stein joining us today. Thank you, Steve Stein. Hello, how are you? Julie went to Twin Peaks for the game. Awesome place to watch football. Yeah, they have some TVs there, man. Twin Peaks has got it all. They do. Hey, John, how are you? Any word on the equipment, my friend? I hate to bring up a sore subject, but we always like to keep tabs. We're trying to keep our eyes out for all that. Any word on your equipment? Let me know here, if you will, in the comments. We'd appreciate that. All right. I am looking here. Let me talk about some other people real quick before I get into our weekend, because I've got a lot to talk about on our weekend, and I want to touch base. Jamie Minnick saw the jam session at the Bell on Thursday, Friday, the Bell and the Bear with 1330, and she was at Flatline on Saturday, Naughty Pine. There we go. She said she's exhausted. I get it. And Kara got to go see that show at the Sorg, The Signs of Life, the Pink Floyd tribute band at the Sorg this weekend. Good for you, Kara. Thank you. Let's see. Ed Sawicki, he's having a little knee surgery, or had a little knee surgery. He's going to be out for a bit. So he saw the Thursday jam, and that's about it. And we wish Ed well. Hopefully everything will go well. And Ryan Schwab, we're not talking about that. There, let me turn that off. I'm just kidding. He didn't send me this stuff. 7 bands, great turnout, blah, blah, blah. Now he's going to tell me it was wonderful. Well, that was your chance to be on the show. Ryan was always trying to get on the show. Well, you blew it. Yes. In fact, I have a sound effect for you somewhere, Ryan. Right here. Yes. Hollywood in the house from Pullman Lanes and Scott's Bar and Grill. No relation to me, but I'd like to be related. They're good people. Nick Wheeler went to see John Paul White, Saturday at the Burl in Lexington, Kentucky. Good stuff. Mary Murphy saw Jordan Wood at Misery and Gin. Gary Brockman took in some great groups. Trouble with Tina was at the Legion in Latonia. Scott saw them. Dewey caught the end of Billy Rock Band at the Bell, he said. There you go. Hollywood wrote into the show today, and he said he got to see a whole host of people over the weekend. Gerhard Albinus Band on Friday night at North Second Tap in Hamilton, and Miss Jackie Saturday at Pullman Lanes. Both great groups. Speaking of Gerhard, there he is. See that accordion, guys? If you haven't seen this show, you must. You must see the Gerhard Albinus Band. And along with the band, man, the band is fantastic. The lovely Ty Holiday on bass, who just kills it. And like I said, the whole band's fantastic. Check it out. All right, let's see what else we got here. After the party at the Fairfield Pub, we got to see that. Betsy saw that one. Donnie Goings saw Cody Johnson at BB&T Arena Friday night. There's a whole lot of them. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt checked out David Thornton at Mr. Burroughs and Kerry Hunley and the Nostalgia at the Barrel. He was out and about. He's normally playing, so he got a night off. So if anybody's out there and you saw anybody play over the weekend, guys, throw it in the comments here. We're here to support live local music and the venues that bring it to you. And this is Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass. And we're going to get into our weekend in just a moment as soon as I scroll through a few more of these here. One show that went on I did not get to see was Jeff Tate at the Ludlow Garage. Many of our friends were there and took in a great show there. There's Billy from White Knuckle Weekend who appeared at the Barrel over the weekend. And didn't get to see their show either. We were everywhere, but I've seen White Knuckle Weekend. They're a great band. If you guys get a chance, check them out as well. Let's see what else we've got here. Ronnie Thomas saw Texas Hill in Nashville. There we go. Okay. Signs of Life at the Sorg. Michael Grambow said, or Grabow, I believe. 24/7. Tammy Cross Colby saw them. Wow, lots of people. So check out our page if you want to see all the folks that wrote in and the venues they mentioned. It's kind of cool to see that many comments today. And what was fun, too, is see some pictures. We started asking people to post pictures as well. So if you're out and about, take some pictures. And if you have any Hall Around Town apparel, make sure you take a picture with that. We'd love to see that. Let's see what we got from Mr. Jamie Combs here. V-Twin Sin, Bloody Royal Family, and Skunk Dog, along with his band, the Booze Lords, on Friday. There you go. Jeff Tate at the Ludlow. You got to go to that show, too. Okay. Billy Rock at Bell and Bear on Saturday. What is cool, Jamie Combs? Thank you. And thanks for calling me a hoe, man. I appreciate it. Oh, you meant hi. I got you. That's all right. We won't talk about being hoes, Jamie Combs. Never do we talk about that. Well, we do, but we don't. So let me get into our weekend. First of all, I want to go back to Thursday, Bell and the Bear Jam. We kicked off the 13th annual Autism Rocks on Thursday there. I got a chance to host that show along with a host of other great people. And I want to thank Pam, and I want to thank DJ Dave Kale from Autism Rocks for being a part of that and bringing it to the Bell and the Bears Jam night. It was an insane night. It was so good. Everybody was there, had a blast. We made some great money on the raffles that night, the auction, I should say, as some people are saying. It's a raffle, it's an auction, whatever you want to call it. They're giving away a guitar that's being signed all month long at the Bell. It'll be given away on the 17th of February at the Bell's Jam. So that'll be fun. And you can get tickets for that through the Autism Rocks folks. You can check out their page if you want on Facebook, Autism Rocks Cincinnati. And let me pop up a couple things here I want to talk about with Autism Rocks before we get into what happened at the Jam. Autism Rocks is a huge event that goes on every year, raises a ton of money. It is brought to you by the Ken Anderson Alliance and also the Height Family Foundation. And I want to throw a few things in there if I can. Here's a little look at that. February 20th, 2022. It'll be at Laurie's Roadhouse, the main event. There will be watch parties at the Little River Bar and Grill and the Monkey Bar, not to mention just a few of them. There's going to be a whole lot more. Like I said, Ken Anderson Alliance, they're doing a program called Live, Work, and Engage and building a community for disabled folks. So amazing what Ken Anderson's doing with the money and also with the Autism Rocks, helping those that suffer from autism in our region and the families, helping the families and such. There's a huge lineup at Autism Rocks this year. Melodic Connections will be there. These are folks with disabilities who'll be playing, opening the show. Deja Vu will be in the house playing. Also Blue Spectrum featuring Zane Alexander. And we'll tell you a little bit more about him as the event gets closer because I'm going to have some of the players there. Audio Graffiti will be there. Hats off to those boys who played the Tin Roof down in Nashville for the Bengals party. Good stuff. Sweet Sister Mercy will be a part of that. The Marsha Brady Band will be there. Speaking of Marsha Brady, yeah, they were at the Bell Jam on Thursday night. And then headlining that, the Four Aces. Gosh, Sonny Mormon, Dudley Taft, Johnny Fink, and it's somebody, Jamie Combs, tell me, Jay Johnson? something like that. Yeah, that's the 4 aces. I don't have it right in front of me, but help me out if you know who that fourth one was there, because I probably screwed it up. And Joshua says, great foundation. It really is. And Jamie says, highlighted that night was Johnny Fink. I got to agree with you. Every time Johnny Fink comes to the Bell Jam, he just blows you away. And he did 3 or 4 songs, and he blew the roof off the place, and he's just a hell of an entertainer. And, not to mention he's a professional player. I mean, so good. But Johnny Fink. Yes, J. Jesse Johnson. I'm sorry. That one just slips my mind all the time. But the fourth guy in that 4 aces group, and that is something you don't always get to see. It happens very rarely that those 4 get on stage and play together. And I've never seen it, and I'm looking so forward to it because I hear it's magical. That'll be fun at the Autism Rocks event. It'll be going on at Lori's Roadhouse. It will. And Gary, it was good to see you as well at the Bell and the Bear. Our resident Gene Simmons, he was in the background of the show a couple times that night, holding the guitar that's being auctioned off. Kathy Laverde got to play the Autism Rocks bass, which has been signed over the years by so many people. It's a 5-string bass. She never played 5-string, she said, in her life. Debuted that, did a great job. And that bass is going to be given away in 2023. But they're getting more signatures this year. There's Bengals players, there's Reds players, there's musicians on it. My God, it's signed by all kinds of celebrities. So that's cool too. So thank you to the Autism Rocks folks for giving me the opportunity to host that event. And Jamie says, and now she wants one. We better find Kathy a 5-string bass. Somebody better be, I know Kevin Cooper was going to give her one to play with for a while, but she'll be all over that for sure. Thanks the Autism Rocks folks for having the faith in me to MC that event and do that kind of thing for them. And I enjoy working with those folks all the time. And we're going to do a whole lot more. Hi, Donna. How are you? Thank you for being here. And yeah, she will master that, Jamie Combs. We love Kathy Laverde. And she was my co-host on Thursday's show. I think we're up to like 3.5 thousand views on that show. I've got to get a pretty girl on with me every week. Not that she wasn't great at what she did, but a pretty face helps when it's sitting next to this ugly mug. And I'm looking forward to having more of those co-hosts because, she upped the viewership a whole lot. And I appreciate that. And thank you all for supporting Autism Rocks. Some of the highlights that night, obviously, the Bell and the Bears Jam was the house band, who is just simply amazing. And I got to give them a shout out. Thank you for indulging in all our announcements and things that had to take place because we kind of disrupted their normal flow of traffic that night. And we do appreciate them being a little bit patient with us on that one. And we say we need Liz to co-host again. That always ends up in a fight, Jamie. It does. There's an argument every time we get on and host together. So maybe, Mrs. Hall around town's good for those pictures. She likes to take the pictures and that. We'll let her do that. No, I'll have her on again. I'm going to have Karis on again too. We love having Karis on. Our friends from Froggies are going to be joining us on a show as well. And if you'd like to join me as a co-host, send me a message. I'll be glad to chat with you and we'll put you on because we love to have people help us out, especially with the Thursday show where we announce all the local musicians and where they're playing. So to wrap up the Bell Jam, I do want to talk about the house band and the host of the night, Jamie Combs, Jim Cuesta, Kevin Cooper, Kathy Laverde, the rest of the band, Tim Barnhorst, Rick Dews, David Parks, and just a host of other folks. And it was a fun night. It was a really fun night. Jamie, what was the girl's name, if you're still on here, that just came up and sang one song? Do you remember what her name was? I can't remember it to save myself. And I was so busy doing the announcements, I didn't write things down like I normally take notes. But she did a great job. Dave Taylor was there from the interns. That was killer as well. Heather Mattingly, who I dearly love, did a great job of singing some songs as well. So some really cool stuff. Glenn was there. He left his light show out of it that night. Didn't bring the lights, but he brought the lights Saturday night. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Want to talk about and thank you to Karis who couldn't be there that night and had the faith in all of us to get it done. And just turned around and she was there. She did do a great job, Jamie. That's why I was wondering who she was, because she kind of just stealthed in and stealthed out. And thank you, Mason. I appreciate that very much. And what do we got here? I don't know. I'm reading comments as they come in. Yes. Whatever, Dave Worthington, whatever. All right. So that was our Thursday night. Thanks to Karis, like I said, and her great place always for wonderful Thursday night music. Now on to Friday. Our friends from Missing November. We mention them on the show all the time. They are from the Hillsboro, Chillicothe area. They popped into the house and we're at Mr. Burroughs Tavern, and we got a chance to see them and had a great time with Missing November. We posted some pictures on our page earlier today. If you haven't seen those, check it out, if you will. And remember, guys, to support these bands by liking their pages that we mentioned on the show. It's very important that you do that if you can, and help support their Facebooks and all those other things that keep them rolling, and watch for their shows to be somewhere. Missing November, a wide variety of music, everything from, Evanescence, and Heidi that sings lead in that band really, really did a great job that night. She has a powerful voice, and the band itself backing her up is really top notch, and good times there at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. They have an incredible set list. They do. And it's full of all kinds of stuff. I mean, from A to Z, rock and roll wise, a little heavier than Mr. Burroughs is used to having, which I thought was fun and still well received. I mean, we were there the whole night. Everybody stayed. It didn't clear the room out or any of that, which sometimes bands do if they start and they get a little loud or they're a little heavier than people are used to. And man, it did all right. So yeah, Bobby Sherman, Heidi, thank you so much. They gave me a t-shirt. I'll wear it on the show one day. And we appreciate that very much for us being there. Helped them out a little with their soundboard. Mr. Burroughs can be a fun place to run sound in sometimes. So they were trying to run it from the stage and having a few difficulties early on, and got that fixed out. And the rest of the night sounded wonderful, and just a matter of getting it dialed in, as most bands have to do. And they came, like I said, all the way from Chillicothe. Man, it's a drive for them, or Hillsboro, that area, to drive to get them up here. Hello, Dixie Roberts. Glad you're feeling better. Missed you the other night. David Thornton, love to come play at the Bell and the Bear. Sometimes sounds awesome. Yeah, David, it's an amazing group of folks, the Jam. And man, when you step on stage and that backing band with you, it's a concert. And there's not much, you can't play Stump the Band with those boys and girls very often. They know most music, and if not, Jamie Combs will fake it to make it and make it sound great. Even if they don't know the song, they can put it together. And hi, Mike Roberts. Hollywood, you're exactly right. Support local business, support local venues, and local music. Thank you for that great slogan, Mr. Hollywood from Pullman Lanes. And there's a place that supports local music, people. So thank you to Missing November for a great night of music on Friday. And go check out their page, guys. They're one of the ones you don't hear about a lot in this area or in the Cincy area, because they're playing a lot of times out east. But if you can like their page and support them, they get up here to Froggy's once in a while. Like I said, that was their debut at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. All right, we're going to roll on in to the rest of the show right now, and I want to talk about Saturday. And first and foremost, got to thank our friend Glenn out there. He's on the YouTube channel for bringing us to that show. And the Bengals win was icing on the cake. But let me tell you, the Eagles project, man, my first words are, why are those boys not on world tour with that one? I've heard numerous Eagles tribute projects or bands, and I will tell you that these guys are top notch. They are fantastic, and their harmonies are spot on. Their musicianship is, it's album worthy, and really some great stuff that went on there Saturday night. I do want to talk. I want to give a big shout out, first of all, Greg Ambergy, Tim Keys, Rick Kern, Brian Coleman, Greg Tully, and Ken Fulham on keyboards. and some of the Rusty Griswolds there, some Blackbone Cat mixed in, some Acoustic Blue. Gosh, what was Greg's band? I know the Rusty Griswolds were involved with some of those guys, or they were in that band. I don't remember what Greg Ambergy's band was. Danny Frazier, maybe. But yeah, all of them, the mix, how they put it together and how they're able to decide who does what song was amazing to me as well. And from what I understand, that can change on a given night. If somebody's not vocally all there, if they're having, if they got the scratchy throat or this or that, they can change amongst the players and pull that off. And if there was anybody that night that wasn't up to par, you sure couldn't tell it from the audience. Because I know Rick had been sick the week before and his vocals were spot on. Just an amazing, amazing show. And in fact, let me mention, if you guys weren't at this show, I really need to take a moment and thank you. Thanks, guys, for the set list as well. Let me put up a couple pictures here for a moment from that show, if I can. Maybe, baby. All right, Tim Key's there. And as we look at it, Rick Kern, rock star Rick Kern, I will say that. Brian Coleman there in the background. And that was them taking a bow that night from the stage at the end of the evening. Little crazy photo I got of Rick there, but really some good stuff. And the Eagles Project, if you haven't seen them, let me run down some of the songs in their set list. Let's just do the set list. Peaceful, Easy Feeling, Best of My Love, Already Gone, Witchy Woman, In the City, Lion Eyes, Try and Love Again, I Can't Tell You Why, Tequila Sunrise, Take It to the Limit, On the Border, Outlaw Man, New Kid in Town, and One of These Nights. That was just the first set. Holy moly. And then they blew the roof off the place. And, the Blue Note was pumped up because everybody was coming off this Bengals win. So I don't know what the crowd would have done had the Bengals lost. But I'm telling you, they were pumped up. And they came out on the second set and brought us Seven Bridges Road, Hotel California, James Dean, Old 55, Love Will Keep Us Alive, Those Shoes, Victim of Love, Life in the Fast Lane, Heartache Tonight, Funk 49, Walk Away, Life's Been Good, Long Run, Rocky Mountain Way, Desperado, and ended the night with All Night Long. An appropriate song for the ending, for sure. These guys are crazy good musicians, put on an incredible stage show. The Blue Note was in, they were sitting on the edge of their seat listening to every word. And when they came out and sang Seven Bridges Road, you really, in a room full of 400 plus people, could have heard a pin drop. It was that good. And in fact, somebody did drop something right at the beginning of that, a bottle or something, but which happens. But man, it was cool. It was so cool. Had a wonderful, wonderful time. We did. And thanks to Lori Shriver and company, Doug, and the rest of the folks out at the Blue Note for giving us a great hospitality, as they always do. And Glenn for lighting it up and taking care of business with the table. What's Mike Roberts got to say? Oh, Mr. Mike Roberts is talking about my Disco Fever hat back there. Well, I will tell you, buddy, if you missed it on my page the other day, you would have seen my disco attire from way back in the 70s. I DJ'd many a disco club for a lot of years to unbelievable amounts of people back in those days when people actually went out and did their thing. Yeah, when they went out to big clubs and danced. You remember those days. And yes, I had bell bottoms, not white, but I had bell bottoms, platform shoes, satin shirts, chest hair and all. Yeah, I did. I'll admit it. I love disco. I love the disco era. It was so cool. And Dewey said Rick nailed Take It to the Limit, and I can't tell you why for being sick last week. Yeah, he did. He hit every note perfect. And, Mr. Ambergy, came through on some songs there, which I love. And I thought they are so vocally deep. That band is. They are so vocally deep and just amazing. Amazing. Thanks, Glenn, for the shirt and the comment. If I can get it to come up. There it is. Yes. The Eagles Project shirt. I don't know if you can see it. I can back up. There it is a little bit. Get Glenn out of the way. Yeah, there it is. All right. The Eagles Project shirt. Compliments of Glenn Drew. Thank you for that. Seven Bridges Road is a great song. So that's where we're at today, guys. We're winding up this weekend report of music. And again, on our page is a position you can write or post pictures. Post. It's just going to be below this one, or a few below this one. So if you haven't posted there yet, go in and post who you got to see over the weekend. We'd love to hear from you, and give the venue a shout out too, please. That's really important because the venues deserve all the recognition as well for making it happen. And yeah, Glenn gave Dewey one of the VIP passes. There you go. And I've got one hanging behind me back here. Let's see. Where is it? Right. I got to do this backwards. There it is. Right there. Right there. Thank you, Glenn. All right. That's all we got today, guys. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow, Top 5 Tuesday. And we'll let you know that Wednesday, we're keeping our fingers crossed on Wednesday this week. We will have some folks from Autism Rocks with us chatting about some things going on there. Possibly even Mr. Johnny Fink, maybe Dudley Taft. We're trying to get that put together right now. And hopefully it'll all work out. Thursday, we'll feature who's playing out. The best musicians in the tri-state and where they are playing. Jamie, you have a good night. Everybody have a good night. Stay warm out there, people. And remember, get out and support live local music and the venues that bring it to you. Until then, be nice to one another on social media, please. Seeing a lot of hatred going on out there. Be nice. Can't we all just get along? Donna, I'll send you a message after the show on how you can get involved in sending you submitting your stuff. Okay. Sorry, folks. That's what we'll do. We will. And hopefully I will. Yeah. She says, glad you feel better right after I start coughing again. I made it through the whole show without that. So there we go. Josh Morgan, have a good evening. Hi, Eric. Thanks for being here. The Kevin McCoy Band. Good to have you with us as well. And we'll check you out later, guys. Tomorrow. Send us something. If you have a Top 5 Tuesday topic, too, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching today. We're going to give you some more pictures of this weekend and such in just a moment. Let me get some music up here. We go out of here. See y'all. Thanks for watching. Maybe. Bye-bye, everybody.